Sunday, and to all my boo things, Smooth Will, Eric, Aaron, anyone else, Vaughn, I don't think you're a father, but happy Father's Day to all the amazing fathers that regardless of how you feel about their mama, you still decided, that part, it's a choice, to stay present in your daughter, especially your daughter's lives. So get in here. If you're new here, subscribe because I'm so different. I am a highly educated woman. I am now a self proclaimed Aaron Scalp restoration practitioner. I have created my own brand, got my own product, and I've created my own services. That's got me earning a lot more money I was earning than when I was doing what beauty school taught me to do. So that's my introduction. Greetings, Bunny. I love you, baby. Yeah, call me auntie. You can call me boo. You can call me nana because I'm not a grandmother. And I got two grandbabies, mind you. My grandson is 9 and my granddaughter's 4. So you can call me whatever makes you feel more comfortable because I've been called names my whole life. Some good, some bad. So I got tough skin, which is why I think I'm best to lead others across this bridge to my hair heaven, hair and skin heaven, called the holistic approach for your hair, skin, and nails. Give me a minute. So this is my amazing product. It's called My Water Beauty Solution. I discovered it. I didn't make it. I don't lie. I'm not one to lie to you about my products and my services, which is why I think so many people are hating on me, which I'm different. I've learned to let the hating motivate me, that part, because I'm doing things so differently. And that's what I wanted to get on here and talk about. I just got out the bed. I didn't wrap my hair last night or nothing, and it's just so stupid healthy now that I hydrate instead of moisturate. I do not use conditioner no more in my hair, and I couldn't believe that that was my problem now. Maybe you all are loving conditioner, and maybe conditioner has your ends detangled, and you're able to wake up like this in the mornings. I've never been able to do this. My hair is super manageable. It's moist, and I live in a dry climate. I said my hair is manageable and I live in a dry climate. I don't live in humidity. So anyway, get in here, y'all. I forgot to get some water. Give me 1 second. I have my water bottle. I failed to prep, but it's very important for us to hydrate, especially when we live in a dry climate, because we are under what's called extreme global warming. That means it's happening everywhere, and everybody will agree with me that you got some weird weather going on no matter where you live. Stuff's different, right? Right. So here in Denver, our climate is drying out. Like we're matching Phoenix, Arizona in terms of humidity percentage, and we have no desert here in Colorado. Now, I know I'm different and I pay attention to a whole bunch of stuff that you all are not paying attention to, but that's what you need me for. I'm like them headlights for you for a car. You feel me? Without them headlights, you're not going to be able to see where you're going and you might run into something. So you need a mentor like me. I do offer mentorship, just so you know. So let's take a quick a quick break. I don't know what word I was trying to say, but we need to go get some water. I'm about to go get 32 ounces and we gonna chug it together, all right? Go get you some water. What's up, Bunny and Randy? Wait, what'd you say, Bunny? Bunny said, hey, I asked to get, moderation a few days ago. No, I don't need moderations. I manage mine myself. I read my comments, and if I don't like your comments, especially, and the only way I'm not going to like them is if you're rude, disruptive, or distracting. I don't got time for that type of energy. So if I see it and it pinches me, I'm just going to remove you from my channel and you'll never be able to view here again. I'm a real educator, a real leader, so I do know how to regulate my crowd and my mass. Greetings, tribe. Once again, subscribe if you haven't already. I need us to go grab us 32 ounces of artesian water, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So I do stuff like that on purpose because those of you that actually stuck around, y'all really for me. Greetings to the four of you that stayed. Because, like I was saying before I took my break, I'm not about crowds. I'm not about being popular. I'm too old for that. I'm 50 years old now. Maybe when I was in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s, I was into being popular. But that's not me anymore. So now I'm able to provide you all with a different direction and some different options, which I call alternative solutions because I don't use nothing that don't work. You feel me? I don't do nothing that don't work. That's for my business as well as my personal life. So I went and got my water. One thing I do not play about is my water. People that know me know I travel and I carry my own water because I drink the same kind of water all day, every day. I do not drink alcohol anymore, and I used to be an alcoholic, praise God, because I thought my Patron silver was my water. I could kill a pint like nothing. I remember I couldn't even do two clients back to back without taking another shot. And my clients didn't even know it because I was such a good and pretty alcoholic that majority of my clients never even knew that I was doing their hair star-studded drunk. So I praise God for showing me the way to change my life and to elevate. You know what I'm saying? You talk about manifestation. Jesus, Lord, I done created a whole new person fooling around with doing what's right. So let's drink our water so we can jump into this live about hair and why and how and tell you all my stories about why my hair is getting so full, why half of Denver is trying to book with me. I got a wait list, y'all, now. I had to buy a new feature with my Square to get a wait list because I got that many clients trying to book with me. But hold on. So, artesian water is also known as primary water. Primary water is the water known as H3O. There's so many individuals that have misled to believe so much that's not true that you out here just running around like a baseball player out in the field trying to catch a ball. I've done the research, and water is so complicated and confused that this is why I decided to speak out, because I wasn't no dumb chick before I studied chemistry and water, but I didn't know shit about chemistry and water, and I hold a full license called cosmetology, or I'm a cosmetologist, and I didn't know shit about chemistry, yet using all these chemicals. Let me show you. We gotta drink our water. Now this is gonna hurt because Miss Tanya ain't nothing about the truth. So if you don't like the truth and you love being lied to, because I know some people that are like that, that ain't me. I do not like being lied to. I want to be told the truth. I mean, if your product is going to make my hair stiff and crunchy, that might be all right with me. I might be getting ready to go to an event and I'm feathering my hair and I may not want this form to get messed up, right? Right. So I might use some hairspray, some gel, some edge control, something to stiffen it. You feel me? And put it in place. Let's be real. Let's start being more honest about the things that we're doing in our lives. Let's get this water. So I did the research about how much water we need, and it ain't 8 ounces of water, eight ounce glasses of water a day. Do you know that's only for somebody that weighs 120 pounds? If you don't know the knowledge, you out here running around like a damn baseball player in the field trying to catch a ball. I also had to realize that it's not all about just how much water you need, because there's so many little girls down and drown in a gallon because they're guessing, because you clearly ain't been given the knowledge, and that's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate that you out here guessing about how much water you should be drinking and what kind of water you should be drinking, and you should not be drinking no water from the grocery stores, y'all. Now, this is gonna hurt. I keep reminding y'all of this. Those of y'all that are sensitive, go get you some Band-Aids, because this is probably gonna leave some scars, just like it scarred me when I learned that there's all kind of different levels of waters in the world today. And my product is like the 10th wonder of the world because this softens our hair better than any conditioner ever has. And I'm like, duh, moisturization is going to make you a little stiff. Your ends are going to be tangled. You're going to be losing a gang of hair in your sink and in your combs and brushes. Whether you admit it or not, that's on you. But and then to be tangled, your straighteners don't work, so you got to wet it and let it air dry or go braid it and put a weave in or some extensions. So I found a way to make our hair fuller. My hair is so full now, and people that's been following me can stop talking about me now because they used to be like, well, if you grow hair, how come your hair ain't growing? Because I thought I was the exception to the rule and I wasn't trimming my ends every 2 weeks. And baby, now that I take that hardness off, because I did the research and our ends do die out just like a plant does. I offer hydration treatments. I ain't never gonna use conditioner ever again. And I'm a woman of color. You don't know how many women are over on Facebook advocating for conditioner and talking about it does so much for you. They better not ever have a conversation with me because I'm going to make them do the holistics and we're going to go real slow. And I'm going to ask, how does the hair feel after you rinse the conditioner out? Is it still shiny like it was when the conditioner was in it? No. Is it still got the same slippage it did when the conditioner was in it? No. Now it's tangled. You got to smear it down with oil just to get a plastic comb to glide through it. Listen, if you're like me, and I know a lot of you are not, but if you're like me, you see, I've always cared about my clients' hair more than they care about their hair. So this is what has made me pay attention to certain things like, hold up, now let me walk y'all through this. Mind you, I've been doing hair for 32 years, so I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. So I used to wonder, because when you do hair, you be having all kind of conversations with yourself behind the client that the client would never hear, right? Right. So back in the day, it used to bother me because the clients would come in poofy. That ain't the case now because we walk in after 14 days like this poofy in a ponytail or something, a hat, something. They used to come in with all type of, different scenarios. And I would say to myself, okay, all right, I'm about to make that look better than that. So I take the client straight to the bowl because I wasn't trained to do no scalp care. So we ain't doing no scalp detoxing like I do now because I've completely changed the game. You feel me? When it comes to hair care, I don't hairstyle no more. So I was like, all right, I got this. I ain't scared. You 4C chick, come here. You feel me? Because a lot of 4C girls look at me. So I get her washed. We kiki ha ha gossiping about what was on the award show, which we don't do in my suite now. We do not have time to gossip. I entertain it for about 3.3 seconds, and then I tell the client, we need to talk about your hair because that's the hard part about hair care. And that's probably why most individuals behind the chair don't want to fool with it because it is a lot of extra work. And I think a lot of stylists are already struggling really hard behind the chair. So they just don't want to really entertain nothing new. Like, leave me alone with some training. Leave me alone, Tanya. I don't need any new education. Like, I'm already suffering and struggling with enough. All right, we need to hydrate. Give me a minute. That's how you drink water, my people. Now, if you want to, will y'all like the video? I know ain't none of y'all ever seen nobody drink water like that. I would kill. Wait, I'm not supposed to use that word. Sorry, YouTube. I will embarrass somebody that think they drink water. I be having white people doing me like this. Now let me explain. You see, back in the day, I went to this high school here called Manual, and I got there in like 91, 90, 91. And that's when there was a lot of Crips that used to go there at that time. I mean, a whole bunch of them. And so it was a different type of school. High school, we kicked it. We had big fun, big fun. And one of the things that I loved about Manual is they had all these different cultures, these different cliques. You feel me? Like there was the 9-1 freaks, and I mean these dudes was nasty. I mean, we're in high school, mind you, and they goosed everybody. If you got someplace with by yourself with a 9-1 freak, or you getting goosed. That they were the nastiest, horniest men, boys in the, because mind you, we weren't grown in the school. Okay, and then there was these 9-2 blacks, right? Now I'm 93. We didn't have a dang click. I think we was just in school confused. Wondering if you was born in 75, you was like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? So there was the 9-2 blacks, and because they was 1 year older than me, because I was never with hanging around people that's my age. I ain't never did that before. I've never even been with a man that was my age. My dudes be at least 10 years older than me. So my mind has always been real different. So okay, so um the 9-2s had this little song, y'all, and they had a hierarchy, which was a 40 ounce of Old English. I mean, I was a professional alcoholic. Remember, I just admitted I was an alcoholic. So I started drinking when I was like 5, I think. I can remember my parents used to have card parties, y'all, and they used to use these little weird looking half glasses that I never understood. But now that I'm older, that's what you put liquor in. And they would leave their glasses on the table. And, I'm an only child, so ain't nobody watching me. Once y'all go pass out, parents, I'm drinking your alcohol that's left on the table. You know what I'm saying? So I was 5 years old, buzzing. I've been drinking my whole life. Not, well, I stopped years ago, but all right, back to the origin of all of this. They used to have this song that they would sing while chugging a 40 ounce of Old English. That's what we did. And so I am proud to say that I was the only female that could chug that 40 ounce like that. And I mean, I did it at parties. I mean, it was like I've always been into someone rooting, you know what I'm saying, for me. And that's why I got the deep throat I got, because I've always been able to chug. You feel me? But I did the research, everyone, on some realness when it comes to this water thing. We're under even the news is talking about you better hydrate, so you know we in trouble. I don't know why your doctor's not talking to you about it, or your fitness coach ain't saying nothing to you about your water intake and got you out here running around in the field like a baseball player, trying to catch a ball. And wonder why you're going through the problems that you're going through. And it's because you are not drinking enough of the right kind of water. So let me get back to that. So 8-ounce glasses of water is only enough water for somebody that weighs 120 pounds. So I dug so deep because I am holistic. So I'm going to dig into you. I will find out how salty your boogers are if you let me. You feel me? So when I did the research, it was like, well, hold up. So how much am I supposed to be drinking? So I have the research that I share when I coach individuals on their hydration that tells you it's half your body weight in ounces, y'all. It ain't no gallon unless you weigh 100 or 256 pounds is the only individual that's the only individual that should be downing a gallon of water, because that's only that's 128 ounces. Okay, so it's half your body weight in ounces, y'all, and you got to learn this. This is like some math problems that needs to be practiced. You feel me? I had to practice this stuff for 2 to 3 years, and it wasn't easy. I didn't just wake up and read a book and learn how to become hydrated. No, I had to access multiple sources, individuals like doctors, pharmacists. I've talked to biologists. I've talked to landowners that own water. You feel me? I used to kick it with one every Sunday. So I've had to access different sources. I know supervisors that work with our water department here because I've done the research. And like I was telling y'all, we're under a global warming. This is deeper than just doing some hair and some skin. This is about living. This is about your life. This is about the quality of the life. And you know what us water hydrated people say? We say the quality of your water determines the quality of your life. So those of y'all that are sick, and you know who you are, I won't say sick, I'm gonna call them fatigues because I did that research too. A lot of us are suffering fatigues. That means it's something that you feel that you don't like, but you can still operate and look pretty. You can put on a whole face of makeup and still be dehydrated. You could put on a whole face of makeup, but your thyroid is dehydrated, and that's why it's going hyper or hypo. You feel me? You could be so pretty with all them lashes on and got you a nice set of twins and a nice shelf, you feel me, in the back, but you might be a diabetic on the inside. And let me tell you something, my people. Can you like the live, please? I'll wait. Because I don't know what it is. Like, if I was doing something stupid, I feel I'd be having thousands of likes. I'd be watching these other YouTubers, and y'all be liking some of the stupidest stuff versus liking something that is providing you, or someone that's providing you with things you really ain't either heard of before, or I'm reminding you. I'm like a Sankofa, y'all. Y'all know what a Sankofa is? I do. I've done so much research, I decided to go back in time and bring back that knowledge to us today because I see how bad we're struggling. Not just with your hair, skin, and nails, but with your life. So the fatigues, you feel me, are what you get. Headaches. A headache is a fatigue. Constipation is a fatigue. Feeling bloated is a fatigue. All of these things are not normal. And these are all triggers trying to tell you doing something or a bunch of stuff that's wrong. You got to understand this. That's a part of life, is accepting that you're doing things wrong and accepting, admitting that you're doing something wrong and admitting that you need help and being open-minded enough to try it. And I only got 21 likes. That's crazy, but that's okay. Because, like I said, God said, Tanya, you're not going to be popular when you start sharing the truth. Because only bullshit blows up, and that's facts, y'all. I did the research. I even came with some bullshit, and it blew up. Because once you come with some bullshit, you then got to market it. Marketing means that you got to convince somebody to buy your little product. I don't have to convince nobody of nothing. I'm hardly even on here talking about my amazing product. So those that have to push it and press it and talk to you about it every day, some bullshit. And it blows up quick. But everything that blows up, you notice how it goes ghost after about a year? Some companies and products, you only saw it for about 3 months on social media, and then they went ghost. That's because it was some bullshit, and they had to make off and tell you it was something else in order to get you to buy it. It does work, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have to do all of that. I'm just trying to fix my hair for the live. Tuck that back there. I'm gonna put my little sideburn right there. So the water and the hydration, y'all, is so important and essential for not just standing behind the chair, but for all things. So many individuals wonder, Miss Tanya, how come you don't wear no concealer anymore? Because I'm hydrated. Miss Tanya, how come you don't use conditioner on your hair no more? Because I do hydration treatments. Everyone's like, Miss Tanya, how did you lose all your weight? Because I'm hydrated now. Water has changed my life. I was steady running up a pole of pills and powders and food. I was chunky and fatigued and struggling. So I changed my life. You feel me? I'm living my best life at 50 now. I just turned 50 in February, and everybody think I'm 30. That's what's up. And I now know that the water did it for me. So I dived so deep into it, the waters, that I also discovered a water, fooling around with trying to find my father a water for him to drink. And some things resonated with me. Like I said, I care. Let me get back to the conditioner stuff. So when my clients would come in, I'd be like, "Bet, I'm gonna make her hair look better." And then after I would rinse that conditioner out, and then after I done took the towel off, I got something that looks like a cloud. And it looks worse than it did when she walked in. So, mind you, I'm having these conversations in my head like, oh my God. And mind you, I used to be an oil sheen queen. I'd have oil sheen, I mean, olive oil sheen, coconut oil sheen, and Jerry Curl oil sheen. I used to use all that plus 5 different serums on my counter because the hair would look crazy after I rinsed that conditioner out. Mm. But I think we be moving so fast. And then, mind you, we have to all understand and admit, at least I'm strong enough and confident to admit my scratch. I practiced on a mannequin. That irritated the fuck out of me in beauty school. That y'all got me in here playing around with these damn dummies. That was irritating, and I did not know that that's what we're practicing on. I was having a problem the first day in beauty school. Because, mind you, when I got to beauty school, I had already been doing hair for 16 years. I was not new to this. Remember, I'm true to this. I've been doing hair since I was like 8. I did hair for free for 9 years. Somebody forced me to take some money behind hair. I wanted to be a drug dealer and a gang member. That's what I wanted to be. I didn't like school, didn't go to college. I wasn't going to the service either. I wanted to kick it with the homies on the corner and sell dope. I loved making that big money quick too. Here, take this rock and this bigger one, and I'm gonna get $800 and I can go on about my day paid. Now I just transitioned and changed my life into getting money every day from clients. I say I serve clients when I used to serve the crackheads. You feel me? Anyway, y'all know I'm different. The hair would be jacked up, y'all, after I rinsed that conditioner out. And that bothered me. And it made me wonder why. Why? What happened to the slippage? What happened to the shine and the sheen and all that stuff that I was seeing when the conditioner was in the hair? What happened? And I found out, y'all, it's the tap water. I bet y'all never stop to think. Why does Miss Tanya say we don't need conditioner? Number one, we don't. It's for white people. Only white people. Ask a white person. Most black people scared to ask questions. Ask a white person. I didn't ask a gang of white girls, and they giggle and they say yes. Conditioner is a styling product. It helps to minimize our static clean because we don't put oil in our hair. My grandmama was white, y'all. Y'all got to remember that about me. I was raised with the yin and the yang my whole life. Most brown skinned women was only raised with brown skinned people. That wasn't me. You feel me? My dad straight up looks like a Mexican. So it's the tap water, y'all, that we having a problem with. And then again, conditioner is so unnecessary, just like heat protectant is so unnecessary. Oils are so unnecessary. And the only individuals that rock with me, that don't argue with me all day, every day, are those that are my age. The only little girls that be arguing with me are those that was born in 1985 or later. You was born into conditioner. You was born into plug-ups. You was born into chops. You was born into braids. That stuff wasn't cracking back in the 70s and 80s when I first started doing hair. So see, I learned with a different foundation than these girls behind the chair. I can't find nobody that done put in 32 years. These girls hollering 20. I've been behind the chair 20 years. 3 years on you. You like a little sophomore. I'm a senior. You feel me? There's levels to this. I don't even style anymore, y'all. I've decided to hang up my apron, quit wearing my street clothes. I wear scrubs now. People think I'm a doctor. I got white boys, boy, oh boy, and women, ladies. If you really want some attention, it's not about wearing exercise clothes so your butt can be shown. It's all about showing up as like a professional. That's how you get new clients and attention. That's the law of attraction behind the chair. Put you on a nice jacket. Listen, I got people, they'll stop me like, what do you do? Wasn't nobody asking me what I do in my street clothes. Even when I had my apron on, they'd ask me if I was cooking something before they expected me to do hair. And I said to myself, why I thought I looked professional with an apron on? And then somebody checked me and was like, why you wear so many fitness clothes? She was like, are you a fitness instructor? No, I was this is when I was a stylist. I was like, no, I'm a stylist. She said, you look like a fitness instructor because you don't look like a professional. She was like, what are you trying to do? I was like, I want to be a professional. I don't want to be unprofessional. I don't want to look like I'm going I want to look like, what I'm saying, professionalism. So back to the origin of this live, because I'm talking about trims is what we're on here for today. And how I learned, but I was trying to get to that to expose all of the things that I've been exposed to throughout my life to help y'all through some of your confusions. And I mean, if you're all good and you ain't got no problems, bye. Bah, bah, you don't need me, right? Right. But if you are struggling and you do need some help, if you want your hair to look like this and you can't comb through it like this, I don't care if you do got a relaxer and relaxers is failing us. They ain't working either like they supposed to for you to be stiff. When we had relaxers, our hair was not moving like this. I used to rock a relaxer for 16 years, so I know exactly how my hair was feeling and looking, and it didn't feel and look nothing like this when I was following all that beauty school stuff. Now that I've created my own approach called the holistic approach, which is cracking not just for myself, man, my clients is like, Tanya, I threw away my conditioner. I'll be like this. High five, because it was a waste of money and you don't need it anyway. I proved to women day in and day out that the old school way is the best way. I just changed the name, just like these girls changed the names of dookie braids. They call them box braids. Had me confused. I was like, what's a box braid? Then when I watched the process and procedure, I'm like, that's a dookie braid. Who called it? Who changed the name and started calling it a box braid? So that's how old school I am. I remember when relaxers first came out. Nobody here in Colorado was doing relaxers. Only people down south was doing relaxers back in the 70s. And they was showing that the stuff burned. They was doing stuff like having to go and wash it out in the toilet because it was burning that bad. And what did we do here in Colorado? We jumped right on into the bucket of relaxers without doing the research to realize and recognize the fact that it is not formulated for a dry climate. I do not have a relaxer and I do not use conditioner. And my hair is the healthiest. Look, and I don't know what that word means. I got people calling their hair healthy, y'all, and it looks funny. So I don't know what healthy hair means, but let's get back to the origin, the juicy juice. Not just what my hair be doing, but man. So when your hair looks like this, you get so much attention and you wearing scrubs and you hydrate it so you don't have to wear concealer under your eyes every day. Look, I'm about to show y'all how I get my darkness off from under my eyes. But I want to get to the comments because y'all know I love these comments and I got to do like roll call. Ooh, what's up, Bunny? Yes, Arizona is horrible. It's so hot here. It's hot here too, Bunny. We hit 90-ish today and it's only June. That is not normal. For Colorado, I'm born and raised here in Colorado. A lot of these girls here doing hair are new here. And you moved here from humidity. I'd be telling people you better come talk to me because you can't bring that moisturization, oilization approach here, well, vinegar approach and all that stuff y'all be doing in humidity. You can't do that here in my state and in my climate. It don't have the same result, and I can prove it to anybody that's ready for the truth. And once you gain the truth, you automatically elevate. It's an automatic formula for success. And listen, I tried it. Worked for a whole other bunch of people I know. I tried it. It worked for me. The only people that are not elevating here in Denver that are still telling people you need a protein treatment. I don't do protein either. I don't have no keratin in my possession. I don't do none of that. If you go to my booking link in my description, it'll show you that you can't book no braids with me. You can't book no extensions with me. You can't book no natural styles with me. None of that. I offer two services that I created myself, that beauty school didn't create and teach me. I taught my clients taught me. And that's how everyone should be. Why are individuals still doing the same thing that you learned in school? Are you still doing addition problems and subtraction problems for money? No, we are supposed to get out and elevate. We are supposed to continue your education. Do you know how many individuals get out of beauty school and you using the same exact tools that you was using on the mannequins? And you trying to use that stuff on black hair? you're going to struggle. And if you do that, this is why your clients are not coming back or not booking with you, because your quality is beauty school level or mannequin level. And you know, you can't do what you do to a mannequin on black hair. It ain't the same. And I also thought that I was going to beauty school to learn how to do black hair. I don't know who told me that, because don't nobody tell you that. This is an assumption that I think we all take before going to beauty school. Because, like I told y'all, I was irritated the first day of school because I was like, what are these things in here, these heads? They was like a mannequin. I ain't never heard of a mannequin before. So I was like, so what are we going to do with these? The teacher was like, this is what you're going to practice on. I started looking around because I was in beauty school with a whole bunch of teenage girls, and I guess they thought that was what's up. I didn't. They couldn't stand me in beauty school because I had a problem with a lot of stuff. Like the day we learned relaxers, they didn't even let us practice with the actual chemical. And I got in trouble because I went to the commissary and got some relaxer. And I see all the little girls getting this cholesterol. So I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all ain't paid attention in class because we're starting relaxers today, y'all. So you need to get some relaxer, right? So I come because relaxer is white. Cholesterol's yellow. So I come back into the classroom, and my educator, I used to get on her nerves because she needed to do more than what her job description, you know what I'm saying, listed. So I remember she looked at my bowl, she said, Tanya, come here. So I was like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, go take that back and go get some cholesterol. And I was like, I thought I heard you say that, but why are we for the base? You know what I'm saying? Is that what we gonna use to base the skin with, is some cholesterol? She said, no, Tanya. You know, because I used to try to bust them out, and they didn't like me busting them out because we was in school. So I was like, she was like, Tanya, we're on these mannequins. You know that relaxer gonna burn this hair up. And I started laughing because I was like, that's true, but hold up, Miss Yvonne. I was like, this is a chemical that burns. So why are we in here teaching these young girls like like it don't burn? She goes, Tanya, our job in beauty school is not to teach the student how to be successful in the industry. We're only here to teach the student the bare basics of application. Ooh, I told her, what'd you just say? And I mean, she got so mad at me because, mind you, the class is waiting. She was like, go get some cholesterol. So I go get the cholesterol, and I'm so confused because even the instruction had these people thinking in class that cholesterol straightened the hair. And misled these little girls to think that they could paint it on like hair color. And I was so irritated in beauty school because I'm like, what are they doing? Are they purposely trying to make us black people struggle? Because a bunch of black people are now in schools trying to learn how to do these mannequins and this type of plastic hair. So they purposely are misleading us to believe things that are not true. Remember, I told y'all about marketing, and a lot of stylists that watch me, I know you don't like me. I see how these Denver ones look at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm 50 years old. Maybe when you're still in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, you care. I don't care because I've elevated. I'm averaging 10,000 a month now, and I don't do you can't book no hair color with me. You can't book no hair cuts with me. You can't book no braids. I got time to be doing that. I don't do extensions. Mm-mm. Nah, I'm 50. I'm 50. I don't got time for that. That's for them younger girls. You feel me? They got time to be doing the same service for 6 to 12 hours. They got time to be doing a half of a service, letting the client leave with their hair not blown out or nothing. I don't got time. Maybe you do. I don't. But you know, when you care like I care, you're going to make these changes. And then another thing that I think is just blowing my mind is how many individuals are watching my blow up, and they hear that she's got training. She offers classes on her link. If y'all go click on my link in the description and go all the way down to the bottom, because I really don't be wanting to like throw it out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I sell a masterclass teaching you how to give an amazing hydrated blowout for only $99. And once you buy the class, it's yours to keep, to share. You know, you can teach it, act like you did it. You know, that's what we do sometimes, but it's yours because I realized that what beauty school taught me had me struggling. Now, maybe it has you as a stylist, you balling, you clocking 10,000 a month. Hey, you don't need no help. You made it. But if you're not clocking 10,000 and you want to clock an average of 10,000 and you don't, hair color is irritating you, the braiding is getting on your nerves because you're realizing that you're making about $25 an hour once you divide that money that you charged into the number of hours it took for you to do it. And this is some of the stuff that I mentor on. Do you know how many stylists I've mentored that ain't never broke down a service into the hourly wait, the hourly amount? Like, do you realize you can go work for McDonald's and make more money per hour just standing there waving at people and you doing all this work? So, had to learn about trends is what we're talking about, is what the live really is supposed to be about. But I be having so much to get off my chest because I'm an only child and I love getting on this YouTube talking to y'all. So can y'all please like the live while I look at these comments? Deport. Randy, careful, honey. Good morning, Rufus. Intermission. That's Bunny. I do those. That's the word. Thank you, baby. What's up, Kayla? Hi, Miss Patricia Robinson. Shout out to my baby Patricia. That's Miss Patty. What's up, Kayla? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there on my stuff today. All right, I'm getting to them. I'm getting to you. I'm good. Okay, milk chocolate. Hey, Sonny, you can call me whatever you want. Some people, my daughter, they call her Mocha. Hmm. That's what we say. They be like, what's your, what's your skin color? Mocha. Mine is beige. I think I'm closer. Look at my skin color. My shirt is black, so I don't call myself black. The hell? I just don't. I'm different. Call myself other. If you give me an application and you give me some options, none of them match me because I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm not Latino, I'm not Hispanic, I'm other because I got a whole bunch of stuff fooling with my mom and dad. They did some interracial goosing and had me. I think I favored my mother. That's why I have the skin tone that I have because my mama Indian. She mixed with Cherokee and Blackfoot. And that's a crazy mixture because Cherokees are trippy by themselves. Cherokees are some mean ass women. And if you out there, shout out to my Cherokee Indian women, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are mean. And then the Blackfoot ones are trippy. They're kind of two-faced. So they'll like kiki ha ha in your face, and then they be like, I don't like her behind her back. And that's just facts. I grew up with them. I'm one of them. Want to go over and demonstrate what a trim is. That's what this live is all about. I also, wait, I was supposed to be looking at the comments. Praise be the guy who turned water into wine. Amen. Happy Father's Day. That's H3O. That's new. No, it's not, Sonny. H3O is old. It's been on Earth longer than you have, pimpin'. If you do the research, you'll learn this, that the earth has H3O all around it. If you just dig deep enough, baby, into the ground, you will run into water. I said I knew a white boy that owned not just his house, but the land as well. I don't know no black dudes. I just don't, that owned a house and the land and the water. Like, golly, he had 5 springs on his ranch. That was amazing and definitely an anointing from God to be able to know a billionaire like that. I mean, I even asked him certain questions like, how come you don't sell your house to Coors? And he was like, Tanya, I ain't selling out my soul. I was like, what does that mean? He was like, that means you selling, you giving up everything you have, things of value for some money. And I was like, but ain't we supposed to be getting money? And he was like, no, Tanya, all money ain't good. Yeah, no. So I've had some amazing anointings on my life, y'all. What's up, Tank? Half ounce in your body weight. No, half ounces in your body weight. No, you got to drink half your body weight in ounces. Nobody important. Please get that right. I heard it's like 8 pints a day is good. Hey, Tank. Um, You can do what you want. Y'all can drink alcohol if you want to. There's results to that. You're going to be one of these 60-year-olds looking real funny, all gray, looking like you 80, you know what I'm saying, sick, struggling, you know what I'm saying, with cancers and stuff. If you don't want that life, you better stop drinking. You know what I'm saying? Start drinking you some water. And it's all a choice. It's all self-inflicted. We are adults. Ain't nobody, your parents, your sisters, your man, your spouse, ain't nobody gonna come and do for you. This is all on you, this thing called life. And it's easy to change. Quit being afraid of change. It's not hard to change. If you think you don't like your weight and you think you too fat, change. Quit eating so much. That just means you eating a lot of sweets and a lot of breads and you drink a lot of alcohol because those are the things that had me fat. And once I removed those things from my life, I realized my life got better. And not only will your life get better, your clarity. A lot of people don't understand how does she do what she do? Y'all just see me. I downs this water. I do not play with hydration because now I don't get sick no more. I don't have allergies. They lied to me and said I had allergies, used them other words, and that's another word for dehydrated. But they didn't want to just simply tell me, Tanya, you're not drinking enough water. And now that I've talked to the doctors, they said, you know why they don't talk to us about water? Because they expect us to already have the knowledge. Ooh, like stylists, they expect clients to know how to do their hair at home. That's unfortunate to be having that type of an assumption in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Done your research. Drop whatever. Please, haircut video. Yes, it's coming. This is both spiritually and physically arousing, and I thank you. All right, PGZ Tank, let me run my fingers through your hair. Come on, do it, because you're gonna be shooketh, because it looks one way, baby. Oh, oh, but it feels another. My friend be like, I ain't never been able to run my fingers through hair like he can do mine. And he be back here, and I let him too. But my hair is better than it's ever been. The whole 32 years, I done tried keratin, I done tried conditioners, all of them. I done tried over 60 flipping conditioners in the darn market. I done tried proteins, I done tried vinegar, I done tried rice water, rose water, sea water, swimming pool water. I done tried kerosene, hell, olive oil, safflower oil, coconut oil, serums, Jamaican. Oh, I done tried everything and nothing gave me. I don't care how crazy it sounds. Some people be like, what? She used some water. So you use some conditioner and it ain't even working. And conditioner got a gang of chemicals in it. My product is a water. Make that make sense. You feel me? So look, even when you mess it up, you just shake it and it just it's like white girl hair, and I love it. Somebody said to like, "Are you trying to make black women's hair white?" That's the assignment. Shit, that is the assignment. Our hair should be a woman of color with your hair flowing and blowing in the wind. You should be a woman of color, not having to put no oil in your hair unless you want to. So many think they have to. Can I get a like? I keep checking my numbers, and y'all got me looking like I ain't on here dropping these gems on this beautiful Father's Day. Like the live. I'm gonna wait till it gets up to at least 50 before I start talking. Let me read you. Why you want straight hair? Because my grandmother was white. That's why. And I figured out now a way to do it where our hair stays straight. All we got to do is flat iron it on the day of shampoo, and we don't have to put no flat iron to it and no product in it. That's why. Because that natural, kinky, brittle, crunchy, hard to comb out hair coming out all over the place wore me the fuck out. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't like that at all. The natural made my hair shorter. I don't like nothing that's going to take my length. This is why we're going to talk about trims today. I don't like nothing that makes my hair tangled. Who wants tangled hair? Like, you got to be real different to be like, yes, I want my hair stiff and I don't want my fingers to be able to go through the ends. That's when you do a moisturization treatment. My God, we got to start making this stuff make sense. Like, what result do you really want with your hair? Do you want it crunchy or soft? Do you want it brittle or do you want it sheen? Like, hello, we got options. You don't have to have kinky hair. I love straight hair, always have. That's why I'm the silk press goat in Colorado. I use a Marcel. These new girls, these other girls, they be using these plug ups that you're supposed to use at home. This is an at home tool. I hate to tell y'all that, but it is. When I first started doing hair, these were not even on the market. They didn't even sell these. If you did black hair, baby, you learned how to use a Marcel because that was the only hot tool that was out. These didn't come out until like 91-ish, maybe 2-ish, 3-ish, 4-ish, somewhere in there. And look how they marketed these. These would say, give yourself the salon finish at home. This is why they got this plastic around the outside of the hot plate. It's for beginners. It's for those that are not really trained with heat. Facts. Anybody got a problem with it? Call me. Call me. It's true. It's true. Or a mannequin if you're doing weave plug-ups. But once you get some real hair, especially black hair in your chair, you better get you the Marcel's because that client's gonna be mad. You're gonna wonder why she gonna chair hop on you because you used a plug-up and she got high density. Like her hair probably got poofy before she even went to bed. And that happens to a lot of clients, not every client, but a lot of clients. And this is why a lot of stylists are wondering, how come they're not booking with me no more? How come I ain't got no clients? How come? It's a lot of how comes. And I help stylists to make the changes that you would never make on your own because when you try to run your business by yourself, that is 90% of the struggle. There's no successful business ran by itself. I don't even run my business by myself. I have a team of individuals that handle certain things that I ain't got time to handle. Um, so let me keep going. That's a strong throat. Right on. Good eye, y'all. Good eye, y'all. Let me get down. Only blacks drink like that. Diddy oil. That's funny. What's goosed? Goosed. Y'all don't know what goosing is? Finger in the bit is goosed. Yeah, she been to a Diddy party. America, black drink like that, not others. Okay, thanks, Alpha. I am an alpha female though. Just shows you she is racist to white people. Shut the hell up. My grandmama was white, so how in the fuck am I racist? Dummy. You so dumb. Dumb, da dum dum dum. What you buy your husband for Father's Day? No husband price. She can be racist to white people. It's cool. I'm a white nationalist. She should take pride in her heritage. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I just speak honestly. I'm not afraid to say what white people do, and I'm not afraid to say what black people do. And a lot of stuff is different. You know what I'm saying? Like in the scary movies, you know what I'm saying? White people want to go find the killer, right? Black people don't be searching for the killer. Black people gonna try to leave the area and evacuate. So I had to, again, I've been raised with the yin and the yang. I mean, my mother and them was Indian. They're trippy. They're trip. And then my father's mother was Swedish, straight up blue-eyed Swedish girl with wavy hair. And she loved that brown shaboing boing. If y'all want to be mad at somebody, be mad at my grandma. She the one that mixed stuff up by goosing a Creole dude. I don't know how that happened, how Sweden got down into Louisiana and ended up goosing, but that's what happened with my grandmama. And then she had 4 kids, one of which was my dad. And then my dad was the only one on my grandmama's side that messed with a brown skinned woman. My uncle had kids and married a Hispanic woman, so one of my aunts was a Latina. Then my other uncle Dino, he fooled with Keiko. Keiko was a Korean chick. And so we kicked it, learned how to make rice. My mom knows how to make green chili from scratch. You feel me? My family is heavily interracially mixed. And guess what? We don't have any African Americans in our family. Not in my immediate, like maybe back in the flipping 1800s or some snatch before I was created, maybe. But the people that I know, they're not African Americans. I come from what I call a weird family. It's not my fault. I didn't ask for all of this. This is just what God did and how God decided to design things for me, which is amazing because I'm proud of the fact of my DEI, because I'm definitely diverse. Oh, I definitely go for equity, and I definitely got inclusion. That's why I have so many options between things like a haircut and a hair trim. So let's jump in. So I think you all are kind of paying attention now. And I first want to say no beauty school teaches how to trim, nor the difference between the two. And when you hair trim, you do not start in the back. That's when you're hair cutting. And look, everyone's hair at their nape is much shorter, you see that, than the hair above it. So when you follow in that beauty school approach, you're going to automatically, because you're so busy, beauty school teaches you how to blunt cut everything. Everything needs to be a straight line. That's not the only way. So when you're following that approach and you go to take that next subsection, it's automatically longer than the nape hair. So if you following that beauty approach, you about to mess up right here. If that client used trim, you in trouble right here because you about to even it out and now take off about that much of this woman's length. She gonna be mad. And it's happened to me so many times. I don't know why stylists just don't won't speak up and just say, wait, you said trim? I don't know what that means. I've only been trained to haircut. I only know how to remove like this much, make everything even and much shorter. Hey, clients would be able to move and groove a little bit better, like, because some clients is cool with that. Some clients do not like growth. Some clients do not like their hair. Some clients do not want their hair to be longer. They like it to be shaved. I got a few of them, ain't never gonna let their hair get longer. So I understand now with my diversity and that of clients that I have, everybody ain't the same. But the majority of my clients, they ain't with that chopping and that cutting. I have a lot of long hair clients that book with me. So they're not with a chop at all. When I even show them their holes and their unevenness, they be cool with it. And I even ask them 2, 3 times, like, you sure? I even show them to close these holes. I would have to come way up here and they be like, do I have to? No, you don't have to cut all this off. I can deal with it. Maybe that's why stylists are chop happy behind the hair, because maybe they don't want to deal with the unevenness and the damaged area. We don't use that word in my suite either. Ain't no hair damaged on your hair. It might be dead, but it ain't damaged. There's a difference between the two. So let's get on. Let's get on. But I like that y'all are commenting and engaging because it's what I do naturally. What's up, sun goddess? Let a white say something about blacks drinking. She brought up white people. She should have said other people. Why? Because you might would have thought that I was talking about a Korean if I said other people. I was specifically talking about white people and black people. It's the difference. It's not my fault that some of you are uncomfortable with truth. My mother is like that. She can't stand the truth. She calls anything that's true a lie and constantly lying like it's the truth. My mother looks at something negative as being something flipping positive. She drinks every single day. And I can tell some of y'all still drinking because of how your pineal gland is operating, Mr. or Mrs. Hot Rod 76. The assumption must stop or else we're going to be in massive trouble, especially for my grandchildren in the world to come, because so many individuals are afraid of the truth. There is a difference. Why do you think you got 3, 4 different boxes when they ask you what your race is? You don't. I'm other. Other means you're highly interracially mixed. That's not everybody in the world. Some people are straight up full-blooded peoples. I'm not. I'm a mutt. I'm mixed. I got a whole bunch of stuff in me. So I'm not racist. I am honest and I'm truthful. That's what's up. Somebody said a fully black white national as well. Sure. Hot Rod, not sure that's racist. She didn't say that blacks are a superior drinker. Thank you, Alpha. Not listening. They ain't not drinking enough water. The pineal gland is playing games on them. Sometimes people be exposing their fatigues. It's called reverse racism. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome anyway. Black people genetically are not superior to non-blacks. True, I just saw a guy with a toilet seat around his neck with fake poop. Girl, you are perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, I'm not trying to please everybody. I had to learn that when I was little, that only certain people rock with me, and most people don't. So that don't bother me. I'm an only child, so I've been by myself my whole life. So I'm always like surprised when somebody likes what I'm saying and likes how I do hair because I don't do nothing like nobody else. I don't live like nobody else. I don't drive like other females here. I don't dress like other females here. I don't drink the way other females drink. I don't dress the way other females dress. You feel me? So I'm definitely under clear understanding that I am anointed. You understand me? That is a favor from God that I know now not everybody gets. Shit. I'm definitely anointed. Thank you, everybody. I'm trying to get to the bottom because y'all be hella engaging and I love that. Can y'all like the live, please? Can I stop the links out of my hair, especially when it rains? I meant kinks. I need to get with you. Come on, hair like wool. My man lives in Springs. Where are you located? Oh, I'm in Denver. I got 6 clients driving up from Colorado Springs because they said don't nobody really give soft hair results like I do. And I was like, for real? It's a whole bunch of stylists in the Springs. And these girls is like, Tanya, you don't start me late. You walk me up. They love being escorted in and out. They love having consultations. They love getting educated. I do follow-up calls after they leave me. That's how you get that bread, how you get that money. So they're starting to pick and choose. These clients is out here choosing nowadays, y'all. They like, oh no, I got some clients that come back and they be like, Tanya, my hair just wasn't the same with the stylist. I was like, girl, quit booking with them if you really want healthier hair than what you already got. I'm sorry to tell you, you got to come see me because they scared to give a hydration treatment. Listen, I've been offering free training. I've been giving my product away forever. I'd have been came knocked on my door, been like, hi. People listen to me and they just frown and just overlook me and go on about their day. So I'd be like, cool. I'm cool. I got at least another 15 years behind my belt. I just told my dad the other day, like, I'm about to get out of debt with my own money because I'm getting money and I need to just minimize my overhead, stop spending so much money. And I think I can get myself out of debt here. Start making some moves. You know what I'm saying? How does humidity stop my kinks in my hair? Humidity stop my kinks? Because humidity is going to make your hair soft. So those that live in humidity, high humidity, don't have kinks in their hair. Their hair is soft. They have what's called slippage. That ain't for people. The people in dry climates don't have that. You only learn theory and technique in beauty school. That is correct. Why are you so dramatic? Because I'm an Aquarius and I'm holistic. That's why. That's why. Obviously, you do care. You would not talk about it. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna go down to the bottom because y'all have said a lot. Alrighty. Let me just pay attention now. So what's up, DT? Hi, Monica Perry. So what do you say your race is? Other. I've never said I'm black, never said I'm white. I know some white girls that I kick it with. They be saying they're black. They think they're black. I know some Hispanic, some Latina girls. They think they're black. I also what Koreans? I know some Koreans think they black. Listen to rap music, they smoke blunts, they use relaxers, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know all this. So, with my diversity, I'm not afraid to ask questions like where you get that from and who taught you that and how you learned that and how come you doing that? And only strong, confident people are not offended by a question. Only dehydrated, sensitive people are, why are you asking me that? Because I want to know, golly, and stingy people. That's how my mom is, stingy. Always bothered because somebody's asking her a question. Maybe I just want to know. Damn, just answer the question. Sheesh. But so anyway, let's get on with this live because I want to just show you real quick and demonstrate the difference between hair cutting and what I do, which is a difference called hair trimming. Now, I'll have to admit, beauty school did not teach me how to hair trim. And anybody out there in in hairland try to lie and say that you got training on the difference between a haircut and a hair trim, you are lying because I went back to be an educator. Yeah, I worked for Empire Beauty Schools because I knew or I thought, I was alcoholic. I was always going to class on a hangover and falling asleep. So I thought that I just missed the trim shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I come out of beauty school and I'm like, hold up. I didn't learn how to trim. Oh, they only taught me haircuts. I only learned this zero blunt cut that everybody be doing that I can't stand. Then they taught me how to use a darn texturizer and a razor. I will never want no razor or texturizer in my hair. And then I learned how to do all these shortcuts, these bobs and stuff. So it was like I would never sign up for none of this, right? So there was a Latina that I hung with in beauty school who the research proves that Hispanic women are the ones that really know how to do what's called a dusting of the ends. Black women really don't know how to do that because it's a part of their culture. And I think a part of Black women's culture is cutting their hair so short, always cutting it off. Like there's this mindset, oh, whatever, I'll just cut it off. Latinas ain't like that, y'all. Latinas completely honor their length and their hair. It's like their strength, their hierarchy. So I kicked it with one in beauty school. And back then, I'm here in Denver, so I ain't never had, I've booked with all kind of females here in Denver that ain't never hair cared for me, never offered me a trim, never said anything to me about my scalp. They would do my hair and ignore my ends. I don't do that. Everyone gets a trim every 2 weeks. So, and I would leave shorter, much, much shorter. And that would piss me off, people. And that's why I never returned to those stylists. Some people wonder, I've had so many stylists ask me, Miss Tanya, how can I stop clients from chair hopping? Ooh, so I have to tell that individual it's one of two things. Either your quality sucked, it didn't last, or you did, and I always ask, did you use your shears? And sometimes the stylist will say yes. And I'd be like, uh-oh, you cut too much off. And then so many stylists be like, well, how? Well, if you're not taking photos, you're right. You're not going to know how and realize the fact that you just removed a whole inch of length off of her hair without checking with her. Oh, she definitely ain't coming back to you, especially if she used the word trim. Listen, everyone, if a person wants to be shorter and wants inches removed and wants to be cleaned up and evened out, they will say, I need a haircut. We all know what that word means. But if you got somebody booking with you, stylist, and she has used the word trim, that means she does not want to be noticeably shorter. That means you have to be trained and highly experienced with your shears to know what hairs not to cut. A hair trim, you don't cut every strand between your fingers. That's what you do when you're hair cutting. Man. So let me finish getting my eyeliner residue off my eye because y'all know y'all can't take no cleaner and clean your eyes. Everyone cleanses like this around the eyes because y'all use stuff that's got so many chemicals in it that you can't really cleanse your eye, right? Except for them lash girls, they might have an eye cleaner, but I use my water all over my face. Look how hydrated my eyes are. That's how I get the residue off of my eyes where I don't have to use concealer anymore. Alrighty, so let's go. Let's go. Let go. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim bangs because I thought about it this morning and I was like, I want to do something to inspire. That means I got to make it simple. I got to dummy it down a little bit so that it's copyable. That's what I do in my trainings. I make sure that it's like I'm talking, somebody trained me to say, Tanya, you got to talk like you're talking to a 5-year-old at all times, just so you don't miss nothing with the knowledge. I was like, that makes sense. All right, so let me get this spot. When you do your bangs, there is a specific area for your bangs. It's not just a looky-loo or a guesstimation. The proper bang area is the middle of your eyebrow back, the middle of the eyebrow back. Okay, so I already kind of know where my area is because I've been doing my bangs like this for years. But this is how you kind of properly, okay, part out the bang area on your head or your client's heads. Okay, and then you only want to go back to the back of the ear, not all the way back here, just to the back of the ear. which is right about here in the tip top of your head, which is known as the crown. So let me re-grab that section. So I don't know if you all can see, I have parted out the bang area, which look, when you go straight down, it's in the middle of your eyebrow, okay? There is what's called a proper process, y'all, to everything. I tell everybody, it ain't my fault. Y'all ain't never been taught the right way. Y'all all been taught the mannequin way. Alrighty, so if you're like me, I have to tell my clients, they be asking me for bangs and then gonna ask for some Chinese blunt bangs. So I always look at the client and say, you're not thinking, because as soon as you sweat, those bangs are gonna frizz. And now you're going to have to keep flat ironing your bangs. That's not proper practice. So I have to always redirect my clients' mindsets because clients be coming in with some crazy suggestions. And I always make it make sense. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, what are you trying to obtain long term? And I always have to redirect them. Okay, so once you smooth out this section the way I have, okay, and yes, I'm using a rat tail to cut with. Like, I hate hair cutting combs. You pivot and pinch it like this. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you my approach and technique for free because I charge money for this normally. And all I'm asking for y'all to do is like the live. I get triggered when I realize I'm dropping major gems and y'all just be watching. Y'all are supposed to at least like the live. I'm not asking you to subscribe, but just like the live. Dang. Alrighty, so for me, I would never cut my bangs up above my forehead ever again. A stylist inspired me to do that, and that was stupid. I'll never do that again. So as y'all see, I'm proud that my length is now surpassing my nose. And at one point, they were like between my eyes. So my hair is definitely growing. And this is another way to gauge your growth is through your bangs. Alrighty, so once you pinch it, this is a technique that just works. You all know about curtain bangs, right? Which is the best way to cut bangs because if you do curtain bangs, that's how we used to wear our hair bangs back in the day. If you do curtain bangs, it allows the client to swoop them one way or swoop them the other way. Because when you do this technique I'm about to show you, it allows you to only shorten the middle. And then this side will have the curtain effect, and this side is going to have the curtain effect. This cleans up the entire bang area without going. It's so difficult to do Chinese bangs on real hair. You can only really land that on weave or on a mannequin, okay? So once you pinch it like this, I want you to turn it 3 times. Not twice, not 4 times. I said 3 times. Because a lot of women of color love to change things to their liking and then wonder why they start struggling. Like, you didn't do what you was told. You didn't follow the steps like me. I used to wonder why I get all my math problems wrong in algebra because I always wanted to skip steps and do my own thing and then wondered why I was getting the answer wrong. And somebody had to finally say, Tanya, you got to respect process. All right. This is 2. You see that? I've got 2 twists. And now you do it one more time, okay? And you must make sure that you're keeping this controlled and you're not sliding your fingers down too far because you got to twist it one more time. You see that? I got 3 twists in there, okay? Now, what I love about this technique right here is the only strands that are exposed are the longest strands. Let me see. Can y'all see that? Like, how am I going to get y'all? Can y'all see the hair clearly? All right. What I want to show is that I've got all kind of lengths in these bangs. I'm trying to show y'all. Okay, there we go. There. Ooh. Use the white wall. That's content. Okay, y'all can see my bangs. So if I take my shears and come up on it, you will see the different lengths just in my bangs. You see that? You see all them you see all them shorter strands popping out? I don't want to cut those because I don't want to get shorter. Now, if you want shorter bangs, of course, you won't follow this process. I need to get over my sink real quick. So let me adjust the camera because I don't want my hair all over my counter. So let me come over here. Alrighty, so once you twist 3 times, then you can slide your fingers down to get a better view of exactly which hairs are the longest. And so I've been doing this consistently. So my line now is getting pretty clean. At first, it was so jacked up and so holy and choppy because I thought that I was the exception to the growth formula rule of pruning and dusting your ends every 14 days, especially when you live in a dry climate like Denver, which is how you retain your length. If you're not trimming every 2 weeks, you're going to lose your length over time. And it ain't going to be a quick time. It's going to be over time. And you're just going to look up and be like, dang, how did I lose? How am I getting so thin? That's from combing and brushing through dead ends that occur, which is a part of the process. Some people call them split ends. I hardly ever see split ends on my hair, but I do know that they get hard. They turn a different color, just like a plant. Alrighty, so for mine, I gotta do it like this. I'm coming right here because these strands down there, y'all see that? Whoop! All them blunt choppers love this. Y'all just got horny, huh? But see, a stylist would be like, no, no, she has a hole right there, so I'm cutting it up to there. That's a haircut, and that's gonna piss me off. And I'm probably gonna be waiting for you at your car in the parking lot to ask you, didn't I say trim? Why didn't you just admit to me that you didn't know how to trim? There's so many stylists on Facebook arguing with me, trying to tell me that a trim and a haircut is the same thing. Not in my suite, it's not. And my clients do not pick the haircut, they pick the trim all the time. All right, so now let's watch to see what this does to the bangs once you let it go. Okay. Remember, I told you that the shortest length is going to be in the middle when you comb it down. And I mean, you see that? It's perfect every time. Wait, I don't know if y'all can see because my hair is so long. You can't see that bang effect. Let me see if I can. Maybe I didn't go short enough. Hold up. I'm going to go shorter because I didn't really get it. So let's do it again. I'm going to go in a little deeper. So remember, comb it. It has to be smooth. It can't be all frizzy and poofy. Has to be sleek, straight, and smooth. And only my water gives you that sheen. I ain't got no oil in my hair. You turn it 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Then you slide down. And then I'm going to cut a little more like this. Whoop! Okay, I did it again, a little shorter. All right. So now we're going to comb it out and we're going to see what it did. Ooh, it did it. My ends are cocking up. But as you can see, it gives this perfect swooped effect into the bang. See that? And it allows the bang to go either way perfectly. It then allows the bang to also go this way perfectly. The whole time I was trying to cut Chinese bangs and going straight across, I struggled. I don't like to struggle. This is what causes me to make changes from behind the chair. That's why I use a 2000 watt blow dryer because the 1875 watt blow dryer was taking too long. I blow dry everybody in like 5-10 minutes now. So now we're going to do some different trimming. Now don't try this at home unless you've taken my training and you've stood next to me and I've been able to redirect you. But I use this type of a slope that allows me to see the underneath strands, these right here. When you're steady doing a blunt cut, let me show you something. When you're blunt cutting, look, that don't get all the strands. So you're not doing what's called a thorough cut when you're blunt cutting. That's for fake hair or somebody that has really, really, really long hair, okay? Because you're tearing up that underneath part and it's going to grow back really funny because you've left all the length on top but cut the underneath hair super short. Clients hate that. And I would say just do the research like I did. I talk to my clients and they be telling me all type of stuff that they don't like. Alrighty, so as you see, I'm using what I call is a proper angle which exposes my ends. So this is the only area, this peak right here, that has grown faster than everyone else in this subsection. So watch me work. It is the only, I don't know if I can do this. There we go. It's the only hair right there. That's it. That's it. Beauty school taught you to snip or snip. No, no. So many of us don't want that. We gonna move around. You do our ends like that. So now I'm just gonna clean it up a little more. So it's just the tips, like, and you can make it neat. You don't have to cut all down into the person's length. Look at that, see? Even though there's a hole there and a hole there, if you've done the research, you already know it's gonna restore. You don't have to chop it away. You just don't. Now I'm gonna go with this next subsection. Now what I like to do when I am trimming is I then will take half of what I just trimmed so that I can utilize what's called a traveling guideline. I'm gonna utilize the same slope in order to keep the angles consistent. And we're gonna do the same thing here. I grab it like this and I bring it down. Most girls go straight out or up. That's gonna remove that length line in there. So let's take a look and see what we're working with here. So I'm gonna only remove those few strands right there. I'm not cutting down into this length here, nor this length behind it. So watch me work. So I'm just get this one right here, like, anybody out there like cut grass? Because I used to. I've been a homeowner 3 times. I didn't say once. I've owned 3 homes in my time. And one of the many things that I had to do to maintain them houses was do the yard. And I noticed, like, when you cut the grass with the lawnmower, you don't just drop the lawnmower and just, yeah. And when you trimming your hedges, you don't just, yeah, and just cut everything off. No, it's a very delicate and caring, precise technique that you do to ensure that you're not removing the length, the overall fullness. So I'm gonna get these back here as well. Like this one right here, like shoop. And then this one right here, oops, shoop. That's it. That's it. And then you drop it. You know what I'm saying? And then you keep the length. It's a lot cleaner. It feels better when you get a trim, a real trim. Ooh, your hair feel like butter, baby. Because them hard ends are something else. You definitely can feel them dead ends. So I'm taking a little bit of the old that I already did with the new. And I'm coming down to this angle again where I go under. That's the only way to kind of keep it intact. So let's see what it's looking like. I got some strands done took off faster than their brothers and sisters. You see, trimming is not really anything about evening everything out. When you cut the grass, you don't just cut everything down if you got a hole. You cut around it and you understand that's all I'm doing. And you drop it. You see, if you hair cutting, that means that you don't expect your client to come back. That's the only time you chop, 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 chop. But see, if you hair carrying like I do, my clients come back every 14 days, so I'm never going to chop their hair because they come to me to get fuller. They want more hair, not less. And a lot of individuals are booking and they're noticing that their hair is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I hope to inspire those of the industry that care. And I already know a lot of individuals behind the chair don't care. I've talked to a few of them here in Denver. They done told me, like, Tanya, I ain't got time for all that. And Tanya, you doing too much. And Tanya, you got your clients spoiled. I ain't doing all that. Like, girl, y'all don't get it. Y'all must want to stay struggling. Let me see. I see some right there that I'm going to get. Shoot, shoot, shoot. See, that's it. Drop it. How you get your hair fuller? If you keep removing inches, listen, so many girls I can tell are not understanding growth, you know. Growth is something God gave us. There's so many girls that are doing hair and humidity, y'all. Talking about they're offering a hair growth service. That's like saying that you're gonna provide me the ability to fart. There's some things that is not a service. A silk press is not a service. It's a lifestyle. That's hair care. A silk press isn't a service. There's consultation that has to be had. You have to stay on track. You got to stay consistent. You got to be patient. When you don't want to be patient and consistent and you don't want to do your hair, that's when you go get a hairstyle. But when you're ready to commit, you're ready for betterness, you're sick of the shedding and the hair loss, and you're ready to submit to something different, yeah. You'll take on a different approach. So I ain't gonna even fake in front. I can't do the back of my hair, and I ain't gonna try because I done jacked it up so many times. I just let my daughter handle the back, but I really just wanted to get on here and just demonstrate. I demonstrate how well I've learned to drink water. I'll teach you how to drink it too. I've demonstrated how easy I'm getting this money here in Denver now. It ain't hard to do hair now. You just got to offer a hydration treatment instead of a moisturization, a keratin, or a protein treatment. Let me see if I can do this side. This side is a little challenging because I am right-handed. See, and my top is still a little longer than my bottom. Don't be talking about my thin edges because I'm restoring. I don't know what y'all doing with y'all's edges, but mine's getting better and better. So I think I see. Let me see. Oh, I can't see trying to entertain y'all, so I gotta turn this way because you only get just the tips and drop it. Man, clients love that stuff. They'll have you come in, I'll have clients coming to you every 14 days. Wouldn't that be nice? I earn $185 every 2 weeks from each client. And I do at least 15 clients each week. You do the math. Shoot. 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 Oh, this part looks raggedy. But we gonna clean it up. You got to comb the hairs so that they all, you see how I got that amazing control going on? Because they all need to be stretched to their full potential. You see that? All you do is shoo, shoo. That's it. I still got my length area here. And that's how you keep it. And that's how the client don't be mad. I figured it out. I figured out a better way, y'all. And I can't wait for others to come forward because I know it's hard to be like, Tanya, I need help. I've had so many stylists come to me, and then when I tell them how I'm getting the money, they be like, what? I ain't doing all that. Well, you don't want this money then. You stay at that down there at that 4 or 5,000 a month level then. And I'm going to stay up here at this $10,000 a month level. And I'm going to keep doing this hydration treatment. And y'all can keep doing the moisturization treatments and the chemical treatments. My clients say they like this way better. So see, I can see my ends through this wall back here. And I'm telling you, when you're pruning, you're not getting the bulk of the hair because it's something you're going to do consistently every 2 weeks. So clients love hearing that. They be like, oh, every 2 weeks? I'd be like, yes. They be like, okay, Miss Tanya. I'd be like, this is simple. Y'all see how I just cleaned them ends up? I was like, this is simple. Beauty school had things so complicated, kind of had clients running away, like encouraging me to have clients booking every 4 to 6 weeks. How are we ever going to really make some real money in a month's time if you just ran 5-year clients off for the next 4 to 6 weeks? That's stupid. So I got holistic business strategies that I will share with anybody that's interested in leveling up, doing something different. Yeah, it even feels different, kind of. Let me go this way. See what it looks like this way, because that's what's bomb about doing that twisty loo thing in the front I just showed y'all. You can cock your bangs any direction you want to. They're not all stuck just to one side. And that's also a good way of not developing a permanent part. All right, so you guys, I'm about to get off of here. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Again, happy Father's Day to all the amazing fathers out there that, again, did not leave especially your daughters alone because of how you feel about the woman. There's so many men out there that have done that to their children, and shame on you. Because if you got a daughter, you've probably ruined her life, because us girls, we need our dads, I think, equally as we need our mothers. So happy Father's Day to all of you amazing fathers that understand the value of a father's touch, a father's love, a father's attention. And look, I didn't even flat iron my hair. My hair is bomb now. Looks like weave. Look like I done put like a 22 piece up off in here this morning. But I also realize a lot of individuals don't want moist hair. I think most women are cool with the crunchy, brittle, dull, shedding type of hair. But if you're not, my link is at the bottom. Happy Father's Day again. This has been another live with Tanya, Miss Tanya, your holistic hair and scalp restoration practitioner, Denver, Colorado, coming to you with my holistic alternative solutions that I've discovered and created that has completely elevated and transitioned my career into being a practitioner instead of a stylist. If you're ready to elevate and you are wanting more money and you do want new clients and you ain't afraid to offer new services and learn new things, click the link in the description and let's chat about it. Book a 30-minute consultation and I'll see how I can help you. Deuces. Thanks, y'all.